Okay, so it seems as though we have spoilers for episodes 11 through 14 of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Now, Boruto's been going in an interesting direction. It started off, the first handful or so of episodes was kind of dealing with that, you know, day-to-day freak of the week shit, whatever. Seems as though now is more so diving into the story at hand that we have with this whole ghost incident, so to speak. I don't really like calling it a ghost incident. It's basically like this chakra depravity shit. That's how I like to refer to it as. Yes, chakra depravity shit. Quote that right there, alright? So we got the spoilers. Let's read them and we'll talk some more. Episode 11, Shadow of the Mastermind. Sumire finds herself injured due to the ghost incident. Boruto, now more than ever, seeks out the culprit, looking around the village. Mitsuki and Shikadai become aware of the possibility of having another ghost incident based on Boruto's explanation. So pretty much taking off from where the last episode left with, you know, Sumire getting messed up and shit like that. So kind of, you could assume that that's what's gonna happen, and then Boruto's gonna be freaking out and going crazy like, oh my god, I gotta find whatever. So not too much there. Let's read the next one. Episode 12, Boruto and Mitsuki. Suddenly the ghost incidents have stopped. Boruto wonders about the reason, and it seems like Mitsuki is hiding something. Meanwhile, Mitsuki is puzzled over the changes in him, and suddenly an abnormal situation occurs in the village. Maybe potentially whatever was happening in the village with people being possessed or falling into depravity, it could happen to Mitsuki. The difference is Mitsuki is very wise from his background and whatnot and all the knowledge he has already, and maybe he can recognize what's going on. So maybe that episode is going to be Mitsuki kind of falling into that whole depravity situation where he goes enraged and whatnot. He's just smart enough to realize it, and then Boruto and Mitsuki are going to have it. Maybe we can actually dive a little more into Mitsuki's backstory with that, which is what I'm really hoping for, and Boruto can understand him a little bit better. And the fact that the, you know, ghost incidents are stopping again makes me think, well, if they're stopping but then something abnormal is happening in the village and Mitsuki's changing, could have a lot of involvement to do with him and Orochimaru. Episode 13, a monster emerges. They find the identity of some mastermind behind the ghost incidents. They are shocked, but right at that time, a big monster appears. Really curious who the identity of this person is. I really wish they would have said who it was. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if it's Orochimaru, kind of to be expected, but I'd take it. I ain't gonna lie, I'd take it. Orochimaru on his evil shit again? Yes, sir. Give me that all day, every day, even on fucking Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? But if it's somebody else, I mean, who could it be? Like Yamato or something? Or maybe somebody that's possessed by somebody else? Like, I'm really curious to see who's behind it all. It's not going to be Kabuto. Kabuto is on his orphan, you know, living on that life and shit like that, becoming a nun or whatever. Like, so it's not going to be Kabuto, but if it's somebody that's actually supposed to be a good person and they betrayed the village, that'd be interesting to see. It just got to depend on the person. Like, if it's somebody like, you know, that would never do it, like, I don't know, Rock Lee's behind all this shit, I'd be disgusted. I'd be like, Boruto, what are you doing? Like, so hopefully it's somebody that, if it's not who we expect, like Orochimaru or some shit, then let it be somebody like, if it's Yamato, who gives a fuck, really? I don't really give a shit about Yamato. Why not? Make Yamato evil, fuck it. And then episode 14, the Path That Boruto Sees. Boruto's answer, solution. Boruto enters the other world using the power of his eye. Really curious what they mean by the other world. Do they mean the afterlife and he's going to be able to see his grandfather and his grandmother and shit like that? Do they mean, you know, that little world where Naruto would go to see Kurama? Do they mean he's gonna see Toneri? Really curious what they mean by see the other world. And that also signifies that Boruto's eye is a lot more special than any eye we've seen thus far. If he can go to the other world, or maybe it's all just a dream sequence. Either way, really interesting stuff. It seems as though the next episode, episode 11, is going to be the most interesting and whatever. It's going to be building and leading up to it. But once we get that identity, and then we got Boruto using his eye to go into another world and shit like that, that's going to be exciting. Really curious to see what you guys think about this though. Predictions. Who the fuck is behind all this? Is it Orochimaru? Is it Yamato? Is it Mike Guy? He's like, the spirit of youth is in my pants. And what do you think about Boruto's eye taking him to the other world? Is that going to be the world of the dead? Is it going to be like some chakra world where, you know, like when Naruto smacked the shit out of Obito? Like, where is this other world going to be? And does that confirm that that eye is not just any ordinary eye? Like, you know, it's not just even the Tensegon. It's something further than that. And your overall thoughts of all this. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.